You may not think this is an emergency, but it is. So every follower out there and every person that has faith, when you listen very carefully, every single one of you, this video needs to get out as far as it can. Okay, number one, my platform does not get taken down. None of my videos get suppressed. Not one word that comes out of my mouth is ever taken down. Now, you know, they take people off the platform if they don't like what they're saying. They remove their accounts, okay? Now, I go into deep explanations about everything with mRNA technology, where it comes from the days of Noah, right? It starts all the way back 5,000 years ago. I go into specific details about this, how the military first created this bioweapon in 1895. Distributed in methamphetamine, graphene oxide comes from iodine crystals. That's an electronic magnetic device registered in the experiment by every food company and every single vaccination company, FDA, and that's exactly what mRNA technology is. It's an electronic magnetic device. I give very specific details that no man on earth does. Now, I want you to listen carefully. I'm on facial recognition. I cannot open up another account. I have to show all my identification to go online anywhere. On YouTube, I can only make 15-minute videos. I cannot put up any other platform. I'm totally suppressed, right? And they don't send out notifications. You've got to like and subscribe in order to follow me there, but I can only make 15-minute videos, and they're very heavily restricted. On Facebook, right, I had 25 million followers in no time. I've got 2.5 million followers on Shadowban. Most do not get notification. You have to like and also request for notification to get any at all. You must do this. Okay, now just for your information, I need you to know that I'm on BitChute, on Gab, on Rumble, on Telegram, on all of them. Okay, I gave up on BitChute. It is shit. They suppressed me to the max on facial recognition and all my videos. The same with Gab, very badly. Telegram has blocked me many times and blocked all my information on numerous occasions. Rumble has ceased all my videos, nearly every video after 20 minutes. So all my videos are set on private so no one can see them when they're over 20 minutes. So they're all involved on facial recognition under NSA. NSA is a quantum computer that keeps an eye for every camera. My personal phone, right, there's a certain light that comes on consistently when your camera comes on. I have a phone that shows the camera coming on. My wife will verify my camera on my phone comes on non-stop. No matter how much I swap that phone around, those cameras come on. I'm under watch 24/7. It's important you understand something. My book, The Testimony of a Drug Lord Reborn, unfolds perfectly, right? Unfolds perfectly. It has now become solid evidence, right? Not only that I could predict the future, but obviously something's working in my favor in order to do that. An outside influence, okay? We call it God, right? God told me to write certain things down and they unfolded perfectly. So I was number one most wanted in Australia, okay? In charge of the 7 most powerful networks. We had the highest death toll from heroin, cocaine, right? Highest gang killing and highest murder rates in 1996. This also means the highest domestic violence at home. The highest amount of children being taken off their parents, going into homes, etc. This causes a marketing strategy because people on unemployment who are sick on sickness benefits or in prison, okay, you pay 3 times the amount in taxpayers' money for revenue. Okay, so you've got to look at the structural system, how the economical system is set up in chaos to drive this system. You have to understand we could design reverse psychology, right, on reverse engineering to dumb us down and go through these adverse effects to drive the economical system. The biggest economy in the world is a law and order. Law and order documents, right? Inside the chaos documents, law and order documents under Carter's Law. Carter's Law is the new Carter's Law implemented 300 years ago when they also did education, reverse psychology, and stripped them from our 6 sense at the same time. So the first thing they do is you dumbing you down so you can't use your natural motor skills. Okay, that's the first thing they do. Okay, so I know all these platforms. I know all these things. I'm registered by the biggest think tank in the world as the biggest mastermind they've ever dealt with. And you have to have faith in this, right? Because, you know, National Crime Authority and Federal Police went to Parliament House to seek authority to unleash the think tank. Australia's think tank is a quantum mechanic computer, right, that's in Pine Gap, Area 51, Australia, and the headquarters of NASA, NSA, and CIA. Go and Google this and look yourself. That's the biggest think tank in the world. Okay, so they work from Pine Gap, Area 51, Australia. Federal Police and National Crime Authority went to Parliament House to seek authority to use the biggest think tank, right, to use this entity. So I was registered in the first Star Chamber inquiry on the 1st of January 1999, 105 people across the country. My product was in every single testing centre across the country that changed the circumstances so dramatically, right, that the crime rate, the death rate, the murder rate, the drug death rate, every single thing happening on the streets, right, with domestic violence and kids getting taken into homes, started to plummet to the lowest it was in 30 years for the first time in history. So one person's responsible for this. They put 7 networks together to stop all this and reverse what they were doing. Right? They were doing a marketing strategy where it went up on the board non-stop and work. What you got to understand, the Royal Commission in Australia in 2000, right, just after 2000, they paid out, right, majority of people coming to jail because those people went through homes and were raped and bashed as children and then went to jail, right? Majority went through this, through these homes taken off their parents into homes, get raped and bashed and then go to jail. So majority was paid out. More than 2/3 more people were paid out on the outside that never went to prison, and majority of them were prostitutes, right? Prostitutes who can't cope in life on drugs, on pensions and that sort of thing, right? So they also become prostitutes. So they were also paid out. So that's what the marketing strategy causes, right? And that's why NASA brought in 2 top signers, right, from America and 5 international networks and created methamphetamine, amphetamine, for 14 years straight. Every month they sent 10 tons to Amsterdam in Florida for 14 years straight, protected by the governments. When this became fragile with European pressure and put on Australians, took down the Burroughs case in 1994, we took over the 2 top signers and reversed their plan. Their plan was to create Hitler's plan with 14 synthetic products in it. I wrote a book about this in 2004 because they also disarmed Australia in 1996 with the Martin Bryan buyback plan. On the front page of the paper on the 8th of January 2001, we're on the front page of the paper with a shipping container full of loaded guns and big black writing says these are the guns that disarm Australia, right? So they're in our hands and every serial number checked out on the front page of the paper 5 years later. So we took control of the scientists and we knew that the federal police was involved with the Freemasons setting all this up because we took control of them and we also had the guns to prove it on the front page. You cannot deny that, right? But people do. So when the Burroughs case went down in 1994, we took over the scientists and reversed their plans, right? And the statistics was 4 years later, from 1996 to 2000, we had the lowest record of all these accounts in 30 years. Now, my arresting officer commended me for this in his affidavit. He envied me. He also quit the police force. I was number 1 target. And the number 1 officers watching this was watching the boards plummet down. All the workload at work, right, with crime, murder rates, right, prostitution, every single thing you can think of was plummeting. Now, some people didn't like that and they observed that. They saw that the people that controls them wanted me out the way and went to do a corrupt case and set me up a corrupt case. My arresting officer says that in the second mention. A money laundering case in 2004 proved that I gave 90% of my money away, more than $70 million, to people suffering around me. And it was acquitted because I was the only one telling the truth. And the governments are corrupt and the cops were corrupted. They put my wife in witness protection against their will. I took them to court. Chief Justice Jersey sat on the bench and deemed this to be highly illegal, including the money laundering case, and ordered Peter Dutton to step down. Peter Dutton, who was in charge of the federal police, he becomes the minister and unlawfully deports me and cancels the BF citizenship visa I don't have. Okay? Then, when we expose this in Channel 7 News that there are 14 projects and 30 projects, right, all over the underground world that Hitler's tried to create, on Channel 7 News in 2014, Tony Abbott, the Prime Minister, calls for marriage through a urine test, and it comes back that the whole government departments, Defence Force and Police Force, was 78% positive to meth. Then Peter Dutton pulls me down immigration issue unlawfully, and same with Tony Abbott, and pulls him down. And he implements the laws to decriminalise the meth so they can use it. I'm put on a 747, okay, and into Interpol, sent to the other side of the world, suppressed non-stop, and NASA keeps an eye on me. NASA's got me on facial recognition. You must copy all my videos. I am the witness with the 6 most powerful international events ever created in history. I'm the biggest mastermind in the world that knows how to change the circumstances through the whole world and drop these statistical rates because you're living on a marketing strategy. And that's what you have to understand why I'm being suppressed here, because I know what the truth is, right? And I am the witness. And you must copy these videos and you must send them to everyone you can.